now I'm going to add some mushrooms. I'm just thinly slicing the mushrooms. This way they'll cook really quickly in the soup. We tested all kinds of mushrooms to try and substitute for the oyster mushrooms that are used in Thailand. We found that plain old white mushrooms were the best substitute. That's half a pound of mushrooms, and they need to simmer 2 or 3 minutes until they become tender.
Okay.
So I have a pound of chicken breast, and I put it in the freezer because freezing for about 30 minutes makes it much easier to slice. When it's raw, it can be kind of slippery and tough to handle. So I'm cutting the chicken breast into 8-inch pieces on the bias. I want it nice and thin. I want the chicken to cook really quickly in the soup. So it's been about 3 minutes. You can see the mushrooms are starting to wilt just a little bit. Now we'll go ahead and add the chicken. You want to stir it so the chicken pieces don't stick together, and you'll see them turn opaque very quickly. So while the chicken cooks, I'll mix up some final flavorings for the soup. 2 more tablespoons of fish sauce, 3 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, and then the secret ingredient, which is Thai red curry paste that you find at the grocery store. It has a lot of exotic ingredients that you can't find separately all in one jar.
And that solves our big problem, was there a bunch of ingredients I couldn't find in my local country store. Galangal, which smells a lot like ginger. It looks a little bit like a big ginger root.
Right.
Yeah.
It's cousin of ginger.
And kaffir lime leaves, which have been around in fancy New York restaurants for years, but I can't get hold of them. Bird's eye chilies, which are very small and very hot.
Super hot.
And they use them all over Asia. And you actually replaced these fangs with that red curry paste. And then finally, you just use the white button mushrooms for these oyster mushrooms.
That's right.
There you go. So we solved the hard-to-find gourmet product.
Okay, so I'm turning the heat off. I'm going to stir in these final flavorings, and it's ready to serve. And I have some garnishes.
Okay.
We have more cilantro and some scallions. Some serrano chilies that are nice and spicy. Those are for me.
All lots of lime.
Right, we have lime.
This is really delicious.
It's very bright. You can taste all the different flavors.
What you doing, huh?
Becky did it once again. So the secret to our Thai chicken soup was starting with a saute of some aromatics, which is a little unusual. And then instead of using galangal or bird's eye chilies and all these other things, we actually used red curry paste, added towards the end of cooking, not early on, to really bring out the flavors near the end. So from America's test kitchen to your kitchen, a fabulous recipe for 20-minute Thai chicken soup. If you take the meat out of a stir fry like this, it's just like taking the hot dog out of the bun. All you're left with is a mouthful of filler. So let's go into the test kitchen with Julia and figure out how to make a great vegetable stir fry that's as main course as meat and potatoes. Stir fry, as she says, is 2 from